Have you ever had an idea for an app but didn't know where to start? Maybe you thought, if only there was a team that could turn this idea into a real project instantly. Well, today that idea is closer to reality than ever. Instead of a full team of developers, product managers, architects, and testers, imagine giving one simple instruction to an AI system and watching it plan, design, and build a project step by step. That's exactly what MetaGPT makes possible. MetaGPT is a powerful AI framework that behaves like an entire software development team working together. Instead of a single AI writing random pieces of code, MetaGPT organizes different roles, just like a real tech company, to handle planning, architecture development, and testing. The result is much more structured and complete output. In simple terms, you describe what you want to build, and MetaGPT coordinates a virtual team to turn that idea into a working project. In this session, we will explore how MetaGPT works, how to set it up, and how it can help developers build projects faster and more efficiently. Even if you're completely new to the concept, don't worry. We'll break everything down in a simple and practical way. So in this video, we will cover the following topics step by step. What is MetaGPT? Understanding what MetaGPT is and what makes it different from typical AI coding tools. Setting up MetaGPT successfully. Walking through the requirements and the installation process using Python, Git, and API key. Meet your AI team. Agent roles explain. Exploring the different AI roles inside MetaGPT and how they collaborate like a development team. Live demo. Build a to-do app using one prompt, watching MetaGPT generate a structured application in real time from a single instruction. Customize and scale. Advanced use cases. Learning how to extend MetaGPT for larger applications and integrate API for front ends. Tips and final thoughts. Understanding best practices, when to use MetaGPT efficiently, and what the future of AI-driven development looks like. If you're interested in going deeper into technologies like MetaGPT and learning how modern agentic AI systems are designed and built, Simplilearn offers a program called Applied Agentic AI. Systems Design and Impact, developed in collaboration with Microsoft. This program focuses on helping professionals understand and build next-generation AI systems using concepts like multi-agent architecture, planning systems, RAG pipelines, workflow automation, and AI product strategy. What makes the program unique is strong hands-on approach where learners work with 25+ industry tools and frameworks such as LangChain, AutoGen, CrewAI, N8N, LangGraph, Pinecone, and MetaGPT while applying concepts through 40+ demos, 10+ guided practices, 7 hands-on projects, and a capstone project that simulate real-world AI development scenarios. So this program is delivered through live online interactive sessions led by industry experts, allowing learners to collaborate with peers and participate in mentoring sessions and receive dedicated cohort support. Participants also earn a joint program completion certificate from Microsoft and Simplilearn, along with Microsoft Learning Badges for the Microsoft branded modules, and gain access to Simplilearn's Job Assist career support, which includes AI-powered profile optimization, interview preparation, mentoring, and networking opportunities to help professionals build expertise in designing and leading agentic AI solutions. So before we move ahead, let's start with a quick question. What makes MetaGPT different from a typical AI coding assistant? Is it A, it only writes code faster, B, acts like a full software development team, C, only generates documentation, or D, it only helps with debugging? Take a moment to think about it. So let's start off by understanding what MetaGPT is. MetaGPT is a state-of-the-art AI framework that incorporates multiple specialized AI agents that can work together seamlessly. It's like creating a whole team of expert workers, each with their own area of expertise but all collaborating in harmony to accomplish a shared goal. What sets MetaGPT apart from traditional AI systems is its ability to have these agents communicate and cooperate with each other, rather than working in isolation. While traditional AI systems tend to focus on one task at a time, MetaGPT allows these AI agents to work together on different parts of a project, just like a team working on a bigger project in a company. By combining their specialized skills, MetaGPT improves the speed, efficiency, and quality of the tasks being handled, resulting in a more advanced and cohesive output. Now let's speak about why MetaGPT is truly revolutionary for software development. In traditional software development, you have separate teams focusing on different parts of the process. Designers, developers, testers, all working on isolated tasks. This can lead to inefficiencies and delays as the work isn't synchronized and the teams must constantly communicate back and forth. MetaGPT transforms this process by allowing different AI agents to handle specific tasks, whether it's writing code, designing architecture, or testing the software, all while collaborating with each other. So this approach streamlines the development process. For example, one AI agent might be working on coding while other handles testing and yet another updates the architecture. Because all these agents are connected and communicate in real time, the entire process becomes faster with fewer errors and better alignment. So rather than working in separate silos, the entire system works like a fluid, interconnected team that can adapt and improve continuously. It speeds up the development cycle and ensures that the final product is delivered much faster with higher quality and fewer bugs. Let's now move on to real-world analogy. Think like a startup with AI employees. So to help visualize this, let's use a real-world analogy. Think of MetaGPT like a startup company, but instead of hiring humans, you're hiring AI employees. In a typical startup, you have different team members filling specific roles such as product manager who defines the vision, the architect who designs the structure, the engineers who write the code, and quality assurance team which tests the product. In MetaGPT, each of these roles is filled by a specific AI agent that has its own specialized skills and knowledge. Just like in a startup, these AI agents work together, communicate, and pass tasks back and forth. To build the final product, each agent is responsible for a specific task, but all of them are aligned with the same goal. The beauty of this system is that there's no need for constant back and forth communication between the teams. Everything happens automatically and the agents work together smoothly to create a cohesive result. So this is what makes MetaGPT such a powerful tool in software development. It mimics the structure of a successful startup, but with AI agents performing the roles of a key team member, making the process faster and more efficient. With specialized agents handling each task, there's less room for error and the end product is more refined and polished. Now we're all set to see how these AI agents collaborate and work together to deliver such impressive results. Now let's speak about some agent roles. Starting off with product manager. In a real company, the PM is the one who takes a big idea and turns it into something actionable. They set the vision, define the scope, and ensure everyone knows what needs to be done. In the MetaGPT system, the PM AI agent does the same. It takes the concept of a problem and converts it into clear, structured product specifications. This AI agent acts as the brain behind the project, making sure that all the other agents, whether it's the architect, engineer, or QA, have the right goals and direction. With the PM leading the charge, there's no confusion about what needs to be achieved, and the project stays on track from start to finish. Now let's move on to the architect. If the PM is a visionary, the architect is the one who designs the blueprint. It's like the architect of a building who draws up the plans to ensure that everything fits perfectly and works together. In the world of MetaGPT, the architect AI agent is responsible for creating the structure of a system. It designs how different components should interact with each other, making sure that the system's foundation is strong and scalable. This AI agent ensures that the entire project has a clear and solid framework to build upon. Without the architect, everything could end up being a mess of disconnected components. But with this, the system remains organized, efficient, and scalable. Let's now move on to engineer. This is the agent that gets down to the practical work. In a human team, the engineer is the one who writes the code, builds the systems, and ensures that everything functions as intended. In MetaGPT, the engineer AI agent takes the structure designed by architect and turns it into working code. This agent is responsible for building modules, writing algorithms, and ensuring that the product functions in the way that it's supposed to. Think of engineer as the hands-on builder, turning blueprints into tangible systems that users can interact with. Following the engineer, we have the QA or quality assurance. Every great product needs to go through testing, and that's exactly what QA agent does. The QA AI agent writes test cases ensuring that the software works as expected and meets necessary standards. It does different aspects of product, looking for bugs, glitches, or any performance issues. Think of the QA as an ultimate safety net. It's one of those which makes sure that everything works smoothly before the product goes live. Without this role, bugs could slip through the cracks, leading to bad user experiences or even product failures. Now let's take it up a notch with prompt engineering. As we've seen, each of these AI agents has a specific role to play, but prompt engineering is what ties everything together. It involves fine-tuning the inputs given to each agent and ensure that they produce the best possible outputs. In simpler terms, it's like setting up agents with clear instructions and goals so they can perform at their peak. With prompt engineering, the system becomes even more efficient, and the outputs are generated by each agent, which are enhanced. Just like in a real team, giving specific and clear instructions helps everyone perform better and stay on task. Prompt engineering ensures that all agents collaborate effectively, resulting in better performance and faster outcomes. So with all these agents working together, MetaGPT creates a cohesive, powerful team that can handle complex projects and deliver exceptional results. Each role is vital, and when they collaborate, the output is far greater than the sum of the parts. Now that we've covered the roles, let's see how they all work together in action. Now let's speak about setting up MetaGPT properly on your system. This is an important step because if the setup is clean, everything else works smoothly. We'll keep this practical and straightforward. The first thing that you need is Python. MetaGPT runs on Python, so without it, nothing moves. Open your terminal or command prompt and type Python version. So you go ahead and type Python followed by version. Yeah. So this command simply checks whether Python is installed and shows you the version. If you see something like Python 3.10 or above, you're good. If not, download and install the latest stable version from the official Python website. The second requirement is Git. Git helps us download the MetaGPT project from GitHub. To check if Git is installed, type it's Git followed by version. So if a version number appears, Git is installed. If not, install Git from gitsem.com. The third requirement is OpenAI API key. This is essential because MetaGPT connects to language models through this key. You can generate it from your OpenAI account dashboard. Keep it secure. You will need it in the configuration step. Now that the requirements are clear, let's move on to the installation process. First, create a virtual environment. This keeps your MetaGPT setup separate from other Python projects. So on your machine, go ahead and type Python mvnv MetaGPT. So what this command does is create an isolated workspace folder called MetaGPT env, where all required libraries will be installed. Next, activate the environment on Windows. So this command switches your terminal into an isolated environment so everything you install stays contained. Now clone the MetaGPT repository. So we go ahead and type the following code: git clone https github.com and metagpt.git. So this command downloads the complete MetaGPT project files from GitHub into your system. After cloning, move into the project folder. So what you will have to do is cd followed by MetaGPT. So dependency errors may appear during installation. If that happens, upgrading pip often helps. So let's go and install it. Pip install upgrade. We shall now move on to the live demo part where we build a to-do app using one prompt. So welcome to the demo. Today we will build a to-do app using Atom CLI. We will create it with just one input prompt. So for the first step, framing the input prompt. The key is to frame the right input prompt. Here's one that we will use. So you will have to go ahead and type Atoms CLI generate task web-based to-do application features: add task, delete task, list tasks, mark task as completed, store tasks in the browser, local storage, error handling, and unit testing. Use a ShadCN based template. So this tells Atoms to generate a web-based to-do app with features like adding, deleting, and marking tasks as completed. Plus, the tasks are stored in the local storage for persistence. For the second step, watch the rules, collaborate step by step, along with Atom works its magic by splitting the tasks into roles. So frontend handles the UI using ShadCN UI components for clean modern design. Backend manages the logic for task operations and local storage. Testing runs unit cases to ensure that everything works as expected. It's like watching a team of experts build the app step by step. So now let's go ahead and generate the app. So as you can see, the working process has been shown over here. So all of the proposed tasks have been displayed as shown here. We'll just go ahead and approve this. It's mentioned here that the plan has been approved. As you can see the whole code generation happening on the right. So now that the app is being generated, here's the folder structure. We have app, frontend, MGX, config YML, public, robots.txt, SEO scripts, etc. So everything is neatly organized with frontend, SRC, and test folders. The documentation in the readme.md file guides us on the setup. So the documentation part, as you can see over here in the readme.md file, guides us on the setup, and unit tests verify that all the functionality is working, from adding tasks to filtering them and ensuring persistence. And that's it. We've built a fully functional to-do app in just a few steps with Atom CLI. Now you're ready to customize and scale it. So let's go ahead and check the functionality of the app. Let's just say wash clothes, then you add it. Yeah, so it gets added here. We'll add another task like collect keys. So 2 tasks over here. If you want to show that the task has been completed, go ahead and check this, and tasks have been marked done. So now that we have our to-do app, let's take it to the next level by customizing it and scaling it up for more advanced use cases. We'll dive into how to change agent behavior, scale to bigger apps, and even integrate with real APIs or frontends. So to start customizing, we can adjust how our agent behaves. In Atoms, the agent is responsible for handling the logic behind our tasks, like adding, deleting, or marking tasks as completed. So to change the agent's behavior, all we need to do is edit the configurations and code. For example, let's say we want to add a feature where users can assign priority levels to their tasks. We can modify the config.yml file or update the task item.tsx component. So by that, I was speaking about this, which is the config.yml file. So it's that simple. Just tweak the configuration and code, and the agent adapts to the new behavior. For the second step, scaling up to bigger apps. What if you want to scale this to-do app into something more complex? Maybe you need a multi-user system, or you want to include real-time updates. Atoms makes this transition easy, but keeping the code modular and organized, you can extend it to handle more features. For example, you can integrate a backend service to handle task storage across multiple users, or add a notification system for reminders. Scaling is about using Atom's flexibility to add more components and extend the app's functionality while keeping everything clean and maintainable. For the third step, we have integrating with real APIs or frontends. To take this even further, you can integrate your app with real APIs or use advanced front-end frameworks. For instance, you could connect to a task management API to store tasks on a server, or integrate with a chatbot that lets users add tasks via conversation. Integrating with real-world data or frontends gives your app the real practical power. For example, integrating React with APIs like Google Calendar lets users sync their tasks with calendar events. By adding these integrations, your app is no longer just a basic to-do list. It becomes a fully functional tool that works seamlessly with other platforms. Now let's bring everything together and talk about how to use MetaGPT in a smart and practical way. We've seen the setup, internal roles, the live build, and how to scale. Now the real value comes from knowing how to apply it correctly in real-world situations. So here are some of the best practices when writing prompts. You will have to be clear and structured. Instead of saying build a website, define the framework, features, storage method, and testing expectations, mention authentication, database type, error handling, and whether you need unit tests. Clear instructions lead to clean outputs. Define the goal upfront. Is this a prototype, a production-ready system, a backend service? When you define the intent clearly, the generated structure becomes more aligned with your objective. Specify constraints. If you want modular architecture, REST endpoints, separation of logic, or strict testing, explicitly mention it. The output follows your boundaries. Break large systems into stages. Avoid asking for entire scale platform in one go. Build the core first, then extend with additional modules. This keeps the structure clean and easy to manage. Always review and validate the output. Treat MetaGPT like a structured draft generator, where you will still test functionality, verify logic, and ensure that everything meets your standards. Now let's move into when to use MetaGPT. So use it when you start a new structured project. It helps with generating documentation, folder structure, modular code, and testing files quickly. Use it when you need scaffolding fast. Instead of manually creating folders and writing boilerplate code, you begin with organized foundation. Use it for multi-file applications. It performs best when projects are requiring planning, architecture, and layer development. Use it for rapid prototyping. If you want to validate an idea quickly with working structure, it saves significant setup time. Now let's speak about when to not use MetaGPT. Avoid using it for very small scripts. If the task is a simple function or quick utility, writing it manually is often faster. Avoid using it for tiny edits inside an existing code base. Small fixes are better handled when generating new structure. Avoid relying on it for high-performance critical systems without manual optimization. Deep tuning and fine-grained control still requires careful engineering. Now let's step back and look at the future of AI-driven DevOps with MetaGPT. Coming to project setup and documentation, this is becoming faster and more automated. Developers are no longer starting from blank screens. The role of developers is shifting. Less time is spent on repetitive scaffolding and more time is defined on reviewing, refining, and optimizing systems. Future workflows may integrate directly with version control, automated testing, and deployment pipelines. Structure generation could become a part of standard development cycles. human oversight remains essential. Automation accelerates structure, but responsibility and validation stay with the developer. And this brings us to the final takeaway. MetaGPT is not a replacement for developers, it's a productivity tool that accelerates structured development when used thoughtfully. And that brings us to the end of this session. Today, we explored what MetaGPT is, how it works, how to set it up, and how it can help build real applications by coordinating multiple AI roles. As AI tools continue to evolve, understanding frameworks like MetaGPT can give you a strong advantage in modern software development. If you enjoyed this learning experience and want to explore more topics in AI, software development, data science, and emerging technologies, make sure you keep learning and keep experimenting. And most importantly, keep leveling up with Simplilearn.